Beloved brothers and sisters, we continue this beautiful journey with the second book of the Bible, the book of Exodus, the book that continues to reveal the work of God in the life of his people. In this book, we understand more and more and appreciate who God is and who we are, what God does, and what we are expected to do, and whom God wishes that we become. As we see the greatness of our God, whom are we becoming? How are we internalizing the message of salvation? The people of Israel, they were in Egypt. God decided to liberate them. There were so many signs performed. They saw those signs. Pharaoh saw all of them, but his heart was hardened. But the will of God triumphed over the will of Pharaoh. The will of God was more powerful, as we all know, than the will of man. The Lord began to lead them through Moses. They were a pilgrim people, un pueblo peregrino, que estaba en el camino hacia la tierra prometida. They were on a journey to safety, to the promised land. But being humans, they complained. They were worried. They were terrified. They started complaining against Moses and against God. And Moses spoke to God. That is why I love Moses and all the patriarchs. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph. Now in the case of Moses, they spoke to God. They had relationship with the heavens. He spoke. And then he became an instrument of consolation to his people. The beautiful verse in Genesis, in Exodus chapter 14 that we are reading, verse 14 is so beautiful. He told them, Moses, do not be afraid. The Egyptians you are seeing today, you are seeing now, you may not see them tomorrow. Let us move forward. Siempre adelante. Let us continue our journey. Jesus was the one who said in Matthew chapter 6, verse 34, lest the day's trouble be sufficient for the day. Do not worry, because God is taking care. God is at work. God exists in the now, in the here and now, and he will perfect his work in our lives. So they continue this journey. But it is very, very important to always go back to know that the devil you see today, you may not see it again, because God is at work. And that is where we can locate the spiritual laziness of the Pharisees. They weren't seeing. They weren't observing. Here in our seminary, Junipero Seminary, House of Formation, we help our students to know how to see, to know how to look, to see with the eyes of Jesus, to see with the eyes of the intellect, to see with the eyes of faith. Faith and reason going together. John Paul II, in his encyclical Fidex et Ratio of 1998, he said that faith and reason are the two lungs that we breathe as we continue our faith journey. This is what we do here at Sarah House, to help our students to begin to know how to see, to know how to think, to know how to observe. It was the fathers of the Second Vatican Council in Guiding Experts number 4 who spoke about the signs of the times. It was those signs were very present. And the Pharisees were questioning Jesus and asking him, give us a sign, show us. But the sign was there with them. The sign was the sign that Jesus is present with them. In him, what happened in the case of the Ninevites came to fulfillment. Jonah was a prefigure of Jesus in the Old Testament. In him, the visit of the Queen of Sheba to Solomon was made present because Jesus is wisdom himself. So what they were seeking was already there. And in our own case, in our own parlance, the sign is the Eucharist. He is there, present. We saw it yesterday in the case of Mary and Martha. Martha was worried, but Mary was present to the one who was present to her. Very powerful. To be present to the one who is present to us. Jesus is here in the Blessed Sacrament. The greatest sign in history is that Jesus died and rose from the dead. And this is what we celebrate. This is whom we receive. This is who continue to transform our lives in the Blessed Sacrament. This is my body. This is my blood. Very powerful, beloved brothers and sisters, that the sign is with us. You only need to know how to open your eyes to see him, how to open your ears to hear him, how to extend your hands to touch him and embrace him, how to welcome him in your life, and begin to live that new life. Begin to live that new life. That's what the Eucharist is all about. That's what Holy Communion is all about. Newness. Now you become like Christ. Dear Father How will always tell us towards the end of the masses he celebrates. He will always invite us, now go, become whom you have consumed. Become Jesus. The world needs Jesus. We need him. We need our Lord. We need someone who saves us every day. So, beloved, let us continue this journey. There may be troubles, there may be difficulties. Let us not continue to worry about the signs and wonders. The sign is here. The wonders is here. Jesus is here. Let us continue to embrace him. And we will have that peace that the world cannot give. May the Lord grant us the grace to recognize him, to be with him, to embrace him, to talk with him, and to allow him to transform